Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Papillon. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm not, whatever, correct me. You know, they had me at, this is based on a true story. And they hooked me with this. It started with Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy. Hunnam? Whatever. You know who he is. Jack from Sons of Anarchy. Great show. If you haven't seen that, get back to watching that. And it also has... I thought it had somebody else in it. Oh, there he is. Rami, Malek, who is playing in Queen as Freddie Mercury, but he's also in that TV show. Oh man, I'm just blanking. Mr. Robot. Sorry, I apologize. Anyway, wrongfully convicted of murder, Henry forms an unlikely relationship with a fellow inmate and a quirky convicted counterfeiter in an attempt to escape from the notorious penal colony of Devil's Island. Alright, the guy goes to jail, wrongly convicted. I really didn't have more than 2 beers tonight. Anyway, wrongly convicted of a crime, and he wants to escape, so he meets some friends. Let's see what happens. It's based on a true story. I'm excited. I like the actors. Could be good. 7.0 on IMDb. I'll get into it. Hopefully I'll sober up by the first check-in and we'll see how it's going. So stick around. Hey everybody. We're watching Papillon. Man, we're doing a quick check-in. 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 37 seconds. So a lot has happened. It's a 2 hour and 13-minute movie. Charlie Hunnam, he actually plays Papillon. That's his full name. They call him Pappy. So we're going to refer to him as Pappy. In this movie, he's a safecracker, a thief. Back in the day, I don't know, roaring 20s maybe, I don't know what the time frame is, whatever. And he gets framed for a murder that he doesn't commit. So it's not like he was wrongly convicted, he was framed. So a little misleading there, maybe. But anyway, so he gets thrown into prison. And that's where he meets Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury happens to play Malek, whatever his name is, call him Freddie Mercury. Is a millionaire back in this day, but he was caught forging some kind of documents or something like that. Did some type of fraud. He's sent to the same prison, but Pappy knows that if he buddies up with him, he can help fund him on an escape. He knows he'll never win an appeal to get out of here, so he needs to find a way to escape, and that's why he has befriended him. So it's the whole build-up of that. That's, them getting to the prison. The prison is on an island, it seems like. They've taken a boat there for many days. And again, Pappy's giving him protection. And gets to a point where he's protecting him. He injures a guard. And the whole thing is if you try and escape, you get 2 years in solitary confinement the first time. It's try and escape a second time, get caught, 5 years in solitary confinement. And so there is an escape attempt, and he gets thrown in solitary confinement. And not only that, but it's silent, not allowed to speak or anything like that for 2 years, being locked in a room like that for 2 years, and just getting like bread and water. And then somebody's trying to help him by just giving him more food, coconut, whatever. And that guy gets caught, and they're asking Pappy to tell on him. Say who was giving you this. I don't know how he would know that, or he's behind the thing, and so now they're giving him half the food that he was getting before, so he's completely weak and everything like that, but he's got to be in there for 2 years dead silent. So it's very interesting. Only an hour and 7 minutes into it, whatever. We still got another hour and 6 minutes left or so. It's fun, as you can tell. It's a little bit long. But they needed it. This is development that is needed for this story. So we'll see where it goes from here. As I mentioned before, it is based on a true story, so I'm liking it. I like it a lot. I like Charlie, or Pappy. It's 2 good actors in it so far. So I'll get back to it a little bit more instead of taking up your time, and I'll check in at the credits, or if something interesting happens, I'll check in a little bit before that and let you know how it's going. So far, so good. So stick around. Hey everybody. We're at the credits of Papillon. So I have to say, fantastic movie. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. 2 hours and 13 minutes Wasn't falling asleep at all. It was long, but it was worth it. I mean, there's nothing like you can normally cut some things out. I don't think you need to cut anything out of this. You got to watch it in its full entirety. I thought Charlie Hunnam was fantastic, and Rakik Megalik, whatever his name is, another fantastic. They're the only ones you really need to care about as the actors in this. I talked about the time period, 1931, I believe, is when it starts taking place, when he gets convicted, gets framed and then convicted, and it follows his life all the way up until, almost to the end. I'm not going to tell you what happened. It's based on his true story, but then he wrote a book, which now has become this movie that I've never heard of. But his nickname Papillon, it also stands for butterfly. And this all takes place, well, not all takes place, but he was living in France. He's a French citizen, and so it's the French government who convicts him and then sends him to Devil's Island, where he was sentenced to a life of hard labor, and everything else that we talked about is the going into the solitary confinement in silence and everything that he has gone through. And I mean, 2 hours and 13 minutes, I'm sure he didn't cover all of the pain that this man went through. And his attempts to escape, and his development of a friendship of Diego, and how they became friends and everything that they went through their entire history together through this prison. So, fantastic movie. 8 or 9 I'm at. I know, right? 8 or 9. I don't give out a lot of 8s and 9s, so take it for what it's worth. Is it a 9? It might just be. Is it a 10? Oof, I don't know. I'm not going to give it a 10, but I am thinking 8 or 9. That's how good this movie was to me. So check it out. In the beginning I was thinking Andy Dufresne, and I'm thinking Shawshank Redemption, Escape from Alcatraz, those kinds of things in this. But this is a true story, and that's what makes it so much better. And at the end they give you a little, some words on the screen to help you along, some actual pictures, which I truly believe needs to be in every story that's based on a true story, unless they wrap it up nice and neatly. I like to see a little bow on the end and get to read a little bit about it. Anyway, I'm going to stop right there, wasting your time, because you need to go and rent this movie pronto, tanto, and enjoy yourself. Set aside 2 hours and 13 minutes and just do it. Alright, enough. Go do it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.